Welcome to the Engineering Update. I'm WDD's Editor-in-Chief, Janine Mooney, and in this week's episode, a VTOL plug-in hybrid electric flying car, Daimler Truck's autonomous 18-wheeler, and the world's first digital smartphone-controlled micro-roaster.
It's fair to say that flying cars have excited the public's imagination since at least the 1920s when Henry Ford produced a flimsy aircraft that garnered press but ultimately killed the pilot. And the excitement continued throughout the 20th century, aided and abetted by everyone's favorite prognosticator of futuristic technologies, science fiction.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
And the prototypes that appeared over the succeeding decades were either completely impractical, vomit-inducing eyesores, or some combination thereof. Oh! The TFX from Terra Fugia probably won't win any beauty contests, but it could be the most practical flying car yet, and it assimilates every modern and futuristic automotive technology, minus the wings, of course. The hypothetical TFX is a 4-seat vertical takeoff and landing plug-in hybrid electric flying car. The vehicle's foldable wings include twin 600 horsepower electric motor pods, a 300 horsepower gas turbine engine, and 16 separate motors per pod, and it only needs a megawatt of power to become airborne. It operates much like the V-22 Osprey, with electric rotors that assist with takeoff before rotating forward and folding for cruise, with the 300 horsepower engine taking over. The TFX will feature a range of over 500 miles and a top speed of 200 miles per hour, and the gas turbine engine can recharge with batteries. And being a VTOL aircraft means that it can take off and land from almost anywhere, though it'll need a designated 100-foot diameter zone. And best of all, the craft can take off, fly, and land autonomously. It incorporates a number of different safety features, including intelligent systems, a parachute, and fly-by-wire controls. The operator must input a primary landing site and 2 alternates beforehand, and the TFX won't take off unless it has sufficient power to conduct last-minute aborts at the first 2 sites. I can't imagine the ungodly amount of red tape the TFX will face, but Terra Fugia is targeting a release date sometime in 2021.
Autonomous vehicles are all the rage right now. Whether it's the fastest car, the smartest car, or the latest car, everything is about autonomous cars. Rarely do you hear a story about a self-driving 18-wheeler, and by rarely I mean never. But Daimler Trucks North America recently debuted its Freightliner Inspiration Truck at Hoover Dam. As you may have guessed, the Freightliner Inspiration Truck is an autonomous hauler that has been licensed to operate on public roads in Nevada. 18-wheelers are a little bit different than regular autonomous cars in a few ways. Obviously, the most blatant difference is the size, but where the 2 types of vehicles drive is actually more of an issue. Cars tend to drive on a lot of varied types of roads, including residential streets and mountainous terrain. They need to be capable of dealing with different types of roads and environments. Haulers, however, spend almost all of their time on large highways at steady speeds and with typical amounts of space between cars. Driving for that long on monotonous roads can be a tedious task, so these trucks have been designed to take over for the driver under appropriate conditions. Only 2 of these Freightliners exist, as it's just a prototype, but the design is a certified Level 3 autonomous car with all the sensors and systems that allow it to drive with no human intervention. Due to this suite of technology, the truck can stay in a lane, safely follow other vehicles, do the speed limit, and brake safely, and it can also figure out when it needs human help. Unlike autonomous cars, this isn't designed to take over all the time. Drivers still need to navigate exits and shipment drop-offs, but it is designed to give drivers a break on the road. Luckily, big rigs have plenty of space to store all the bells and whistles, and it'll be interesting to see if this takes off in other states.
Introducing the world's first digital smartphone-controlled micro-roaster. Designed and developed by a London-based startup, the countertop machine can roast green coffee beans in 3 to 10 minutes, ready to be dropped in your smartphone-controlled coffee machine. The beans are roasted using a cyclone system. The process is started with a push of a button on the device itself, but can be adjusted using your smartphone. The app includes different recipes you can use to change up your roast, controlling things like the temperature in your roaster, the duration of your roast, and the airflow to your beans during the roasting process. Depending on the blend, you'll get a different flavor profile from the beans. If you don't have a spot to buy green unroasted beans near you, they'll deliver some to your doorstep. The company sources the beans from popular coffee destinations, Ethiopia and Brazil, and is donating 10% of the sales to being reinvested in projects that work with farmers to create better quality beans. They're currently raising money on Kickstarter for its first run. You can secure one for an investment of $690. The first roasters are expected to ship in February of 2016.
That's all for this week's video. Be sure to check in on Facebook and Twitter and catch past episodes on ECNmag.com. For the ECN channel, I'm Jason Lundberg, and this has been your Engineering Update.